Hi, welcome to the channel. This is Destination FBA and my name is Emma. So I'm a seller by the Amazon FBA programme and I've been doing this on and off for a few years now. Now it was only January of last year that I decided to start taking this seriously and I started selling part-time throughout the year and I did around £60,000. Now it was also at the end of last year that I decided to start documenting my journey so I could share it online, share it via a Facebook group and share it via these videos as well and hopefully help other people that are just getting started. Now if you're considering selling on Amazon or if you're quite new to it, I would recommend you watch these videos, you watch other people's videos as well and you become part of different communities. Now we do have a Facebook group that's full of lots of different sellers of different levels, so I would recommend you jump in there now. Any questions at all, please ask, there's always someone about that will help you. So today I want to talk to you about the buy box. This is something you may not have come across yet, but I'm going to go through what is it and what makes you eligible to win it. So firstly, the buy box is that little box on the right hand side that says buy now or add to basket. This gives your customers the chance to add your stock directly to their basket, giving you a huge advantage over all the other sellers. Now first off, you cannot win that buy box unless you have a professional account. So if you're currently running on an individual account, you may want to consider upgrading this. Now this does carry a cost of £30 a month, but it also opens you up to be able to sell in other categories. Now you must have available stock and your items must be new. Buy box factors also include things like your order defect rates, the length of time you've been selling on Amazon and your performance metrics. But more importantly than all of these, you must have competitive pricing. Now if you want to check if an item is eligible to win that buy box, we can do this really easily on Seller Central. We used to be able to do this in our inventory, but since they changed the interface, this doesn't show my preferences anymore, so I will pop a link below to the page that I'm using. So we can see we have this box at the bottom where we can enter our ASIN or a SKU before clicking that check button. Straight away we can see I'm not eligible to be featured in the buy box, and whilst they are unable to tell me the reason, we can see a few reasons listed here. Now I don't actually have stock of this item, so this will be why I'm getting that message. So it's important to remember that Amazon can suppress that buy box. If they feel your price too high or a competitor's price too high, they could just remove it altogether. Now instead of seeing that add to basket button, you'll just see all the buying options instead. So let's take a look at sharing that buy box. Now if you meet that buy box eligibility, it does not mean you are going to win that buy box straight away, especially if there are other sellers on the listing. Now if there is a number of sellers all with similar pricing, you may find that you actually share the buy box instead, and the percentage that you win will depend on your seller performance. Now also remember that Amazon are not just a marketplace, but they're also a seller in their own right. So you may come across listings where Amazon are on that listing and there is no evidence that they have ever shared that buy box. Now in cases like this, you need to be really careful when you're analysing those deals. You don't want to be stuck with stock that you can't sell because you just cannot compete with Amazon. So this sharing is worked out using Amazon's buy box algorithm. This looks at 4 different things. Now the first one is fulfilled by Amazon. So sending your items FBA has the highest impact and is the easiest way of winning those buy boxes. Now if you're doing seller fulfilled prime, you're in charge of your own shipments at a much lower cost to FBA, but you still have a higher chance of winning that buy box and access to those prime members. Now not everyone is eligible for this, so you do need to be a strong seller. Next we're going to take a look at the landed price. Now this is a total cost of your price including the shipping, so the lower the cost, the greater the share. However, you may find that strong sellers can push that price up a little bit and still win that buy box. So we also need to think about shipping times. So Amazon will favour the quickest shipping method, and this is always going to be fulfilled by Amazon. Now if you're doing seller fulfilled prime, you need to make sure you have a really quick turnaround of those shipments. Any late deliveries will affect your performance metrics and your ability to win those buy boxes. And then lastly we have pricing. Now ultimately this one is key. To win and keep hold of those buy boxes, we need to know exactly what our competition is doing and we need to be competitive with that pricing. You're also going to want to keep a close eye on those prices as soon as those products go live within Amazon, so there's a number of different ways we can do this. Now firstly we have manual repricing. Now if you only have a few ASINs, I'd say probably up to about 15, this is probably the best option for you. You can go into Seller Central and you can change that pricing really easily. Now this does become a bit more difficult the more ASINs you add in, as it's going to take a lot of time and effort to go back in and keep checking that pricing. This is a point where you'll probably want to consider using a repricing software. I'm currently using Profit Protector Pro at a cost of £29.95 a month. Now this more than pays for itself in the time that it saves me and the extra money that it makes me as well. Now just in the last year, PPP has made me an additional £3,142.88 by selling my products above the buy box. So by using a repricing software, it's just going to save us so much time that we can use elsewhere within the business. So within these softwares, we can look at predefined rules and we can look at algorithmic repricing as well. Predefined rules generally only take into account your competitors' prices, so rules like penny under buy box may help you to maintain that buy box share, but it may push down the price and the profit for everybody. Now, unlike the rule-based repricing, the algorithmic repricing takes into account all those different variables that can help you to win the buy box while still keeping you profitable. So when you start looking at repricing software, I'd recommend you look at ones that include that algorithmic repricing, like Profit Protector Pro, because this will give you the best chances of winning those buy boxes. So to summarise all of this, you need to keep your account as healthy as you possibly can. If you're doing FBM, you need to concentrate on a fast turnaround. You need to make sure you keep all your products in stock, and you need to be competitive with that pricing as well. If you can do all of this, you're giving yourself the best chances of winning or at least sharing that buy box. Now, I hope this video has just helped you to understand that buy box a little bit more, but any questions, please do pop them below or jump in our Facebook group and I'd be more than happy to help you. But for now, thank you very much for watching, take care, and I'll hopefully see you soon. Bye bye.